crazy, bro.
I don't even see me.
Nah, I feel like you were rocking the fuck out of these, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I like how the colors.
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel like you were rocking the
colors
fuck
on
out.
some different shit.
Yeah. It was just crazy, bro.
I low-key always attracted like loud shoes. Low-key.
Yeah, bro.
Low-key.
I'm low-key the opposite, bro. Honestly, I like whites, like white on whites, like black shoes. I'm mad black, bro. All black.
Open vibe.
Yeah.
Alright, get back to record. I'm just shot the intro. We all good? Cool. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Talk to Me Podcast. We have a very special guest coming in from Boston.
Yeah.
My guy Davy. What's up, my boy?
What's up, brother? Appreciate you for inviting.
For sure, yeah, anytime, man. So you wanna like kind of explain to the king, like, you know, who you are?
Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Davy. I go by the name XoDavy. I'm a music producer born and raised in Montclair, New Jersey. Just recently moved to West Orange, but I go to school in Berkeley College of Music. You know, I go to school in Boston, you know what I mean? So super excited to be here, you know. I met my boy a couple weeks ago, really talented photographer, you know, media person, you know, really dope guy. So I'm just excited, you know, support, you know, be here, you know, just talk, chop it up, you know what I mean?
For sure. And always like reiterate, you know, the point of this show is to bring Jersey together.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if you checked anything out from what we have so far, but definitely look into some of the other people. We got a lot of fashion people,
For sure.
Music people as well. So it's just trying to, you know, bring Jersey under one umbrella.
Of course.
And
And we need that, bro. It's like, I feel like there's not much support in Jersey, you know, with creatives.
Sure.
Jersey gets overlooked a lot, which is the crazy thing about it. There's so many talented artists, musicians, photographers, filmmakers, fashion designers, artists, everyone. And I grew up with them. Like, I grew up with a lot of those people in my high school, and they just get overlooked. So I love what you're doing, you know.
Appreciate you,
putting the spotlight on Jersey talent, bro. We need that, bro.
Definitely more of that. Even like, you know, starting it, I mentioned like, you know, places like Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, just off the top of my head, you know, they're all like such a close-knit community. So I definitely think, you know, we have to get more into that.
Yeah, for sure.
And word. Guess we can start off with describing the journey, you know, like how was it starting the whole you know, producing thing?
It was good, man. Just really, you know, so what happened was I was on YouTube one day. I was on YouTube and it was like I just graduated middle school. And Genius, you know Genius, right? Like Genius posted like deconstructed vids on like YouTube of like how producers used to make like top recording songs, like top hits. So I saw one on J. Cole, No Role Models. I saw one on Bryson Tiller, No Exchange. And I was like, they were going through like how they made these songs, and I was like, yo, like, this is crazy, I can do this, you know what I mean? And I had homies that was saying like, yo, you should produce, because I have a history as a drummer. I drummed for 15 years, I started in the church. My dad's a pastor, my mom's a leader in the church, you know what I mean? Christ Church in Montclair, New Jersey. So I had that background in music, and music was always my life. So when I downloaded FL Studio, I just became addicted, bro. It was just like every single day I would spend pretty much the whole day and night on just making beats, just making music, experimenting, you know, sending music out to people. I would show music to my homies in school. They knew damn well my music was trash, bro. My music was a whack, bro. But I was making like fake Pierre Bourne beats, bro. It was sounding terrible, like super terrible. I swear I was gonna get a placement with Playboy Cardi the next day.
Yeah.
But they supported me, bro, and that just kept me going. So ever since then, just been going strong with it, bro. Like just working on music, sending out to artists, and the rest is history, bro. Like, so now what I do mainly now is really in the trap realm, but I've been kind of, you know, leaning towards R&B, leaning towards the R&B, you know, being more, you know, diversify my genres, you know what I mean, and just trying to work with as many artists as possible. But that's really my background, man. And I'm still going. I'm also had a history of being an A&R. I was working at Artist Publishing Group in Beverly Hills as an A&R intern. And I'm starting to build up on that skill too, bro. Just finding artists, finding talent, trying to point them in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And just, you know, being that light to people, bro. Like, I love supporting people. I love giving people, you know, as much respect as possible, guiding them in the right light, you know what I mean? Because people have to do that for me too, you know? So I like spreading that love. And I come from that background of love. I grew up with a very supportive family, you know, like huge family, bro. I want to give that love back, so
For sure.
that's just been my motto for years.
That's what's up. Very wholesome. I mean, you talked about it a little bit, you know, your parents and, you know, kind of like your church background. We talked about it a little bit kind of when we did meet in the studio, but like, how did, you know, I guess the music that you got to experience growing up, how did that, you know, play into, you know, kind of things you listen for when making beats or wanting to create them, you know?
So obviously I grew up with a lot of gospel.
Yeah.
Low key, my mom, she hated rap. She still does, low key. So it took a while for me to kind of dive into rap and dive into like hip hop.
Yeah.
But I kind of like sneakily, I would like listen to a bunch of rap, and I became a huge rap fan. To this day, like I listen to rap every single day. But then before I discovered rap, I was listening to house music, like mad house music. I was listening to Black Coffee, South African house. I was listening to jazz. I listened to Miles Davis, Amal Jamal Trio, Robert Glasper, Terrace Martin, all these people. And then I listened to like contemporary jazz, like Mr. Scruff, like a bunch of producers, Mushroom Jazz, a bunch of like old like niche like jazz producers that like no one would know, you know what I mean? And then I listened to like oldies, like Motown and stuff like that. So I kind of had that ear for like old music and, you know, music that just was not like rap. And then I eventually started developing my ear for rap. And that just came after being as a producer, just being a producer and just being in that genre. But to this day, bro, I'm constantly listening to, you know, new music, constantly listening to, trying to find new albums, trying to find new artists. My playlist on Spotify is like 10,000 songs.
Yeah.
And that's like my main playlist, bro. And like I don't go off of any other playlist, like that's my playlist. I put like whole albums in there, like albums I really love, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm constantly listening to new music. So when people ask me, yo, what do you usually listen to? It's a hard question for me to answer because like, bro,
everything, right?
It's everything, bro. It's literally everything. So that's been my background on how I got into rap. To this day, bro, like I tell my family that I'm in rap, I'm in that trap genre, but I don't like putting myself in that box, you know, because that's not all I do. Like I make a whole bunch of songs, a whole bunch of genres. I made a house song a couple months ago. I made a bunch of R&B. I went to a session actually 2 days ago with this R&B artist from Toronto. I was in New York, in Manhattan, and he's an R&B artist. And that was honestly my first time with an R&B artist in the actual setting, in the actual session. Amazing. And I was with this other artist named Noble Woods. Super talented. We made some dope music, some dope records. And I live for that stuff. That's why I'm a producer, bro. Like those moments like that is what, you know, solidified my love for this.
So let me ask, from being in the studio with, you know, artists of different genres, did you kind of get to see, you know, like what they're hearing? Like, you know, what they want to hear within like R&B beats? Did it kind of like give you some more clarity onto like what they look for?
Yeah, yes and no, but honestly, I kind of developed my sound enough where they'll ask me like, what do you think about, you know, this song? What do you think about that? Or like, what do you think I should do with the drums? Or what do you think I should do with the melody? Because the thing with this artist, especially with that last session with Pino, he's also a producer. You know what I mean? So he started as a producer also. So he would make beats and then I would like kind of chime in and like give my 2 cents into it. But to answer your question, yeah, you know, I kind of developed, you know, that IQ of, you know, understanding, you know, the direction of an artist, understanding, you know, creative direction, because not everyone is born with that. You know, especially you have to develop that as a producer. You got to develop that even as an artist. You know, when you're a rapper, you want to work on a song with another rapper or another artist or another singer or whatever. You gotta know their niche. You gotta know exactly what their sound is so you can, you know, adapt. So I kind of had to develop that myself too. That came with time, bro. That came with time. Like before I go into any session with any artist, I go through their music, I go through their newest releases, I go through their old releases on Spotify, I go through their posts on Instagram. I study these artists before I even meet them.
For sure.
So I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, bro. Because my worst fear is going into these sessions, I show them like my best beats and like, nah, these are trash. Like, I'm afraid of that, bro. Like, even before this session, like recently, I was like, yo, I hope these artists don't think my beats are whack, bro. Like, don't think that we don't make nothing. They think that I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So that's really my main, goal to get in any session is to be prepared,
Yeah. And you mentioned like, it kind of comes with time, but like, I guess how hard was it to kind of like take the cookie cutter route and like knowing like, okay, this is the sound, but also putting your own twist on it to have, enough like uniqueness with the beat?
Yeah, of course. Especially in this age where it's like a lot of the music that's popping right now is very cookie cutter.
Yeah.
I would say that to develop your own sound is just working on it every day. And there's a lot of producers, there's a lot of writers, there's a lot of artists. So you gotta find a way to stand out. You gotta find a way, to really branch out, with your sound, kind of stand out with your sound. Maybe use different choice of drums, maybe find a sample that no one heard before.
Yeah.
I don't know, working with other producers that, no one really tapped into yet. Whatever it is, content, posting stuff on TikTok, posting stuff on Instagram Reels. I don't know, posting crazy stuff, Any way to market yourself or stand out, that's the best way to stand out as a producer. And, also make your own sound, because people kind of, they partner what they see on social media or what you send out with you as a person, and how you come across in real life and also through music is how your sound should sound, like how your music should sound like.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of go about it. I don't know if that answered your question,
Nah, you
but
did.
I feel like I'm yapping. But,
Nah, you good, bro.
But yeah, so.
If we could like spin back to the A&R internship that you got into.
Oh yeah, it was dope.
What was like your biggest, takeaway from that? If you could say, that might be a hard question.
There's a hit song every week, literally. And with those hit songs, it would be 8 producers under those songs that made that song. So what I had to do as an intern, A&R intern for APG, is that I had to do a lot of publishing research. So what that means was I had to go through the top 100, top whatever chart, go through every song, check out the credits, try to find each producer and see if they're signed or not. So that means going through the Instagram, going through the Twitter, whatever. Any indication that they're signed, I have to, document it. You know what I mean? So what I learned from that was, trying to find, finding artists and finding producers and finding connections to these major artists is not as hard as we think. We can go through the major songs right now that's popping on TikTok, go through the credits. If you want a song with that artist, you can work with those producers that they made that song, that made that song with that artist,
Yeah.
Because it's all laid out for you, it's all in those credits, it's all, listed, and that's what I really learned from that. Also, publishing is a whole nother world, you know what I mean? I always tell people, yeah, I have a history of being an A&R, but that's not really my focus. It's always been producing.
Yeah.
So being in that corporate world of being an A&R, being a publisher, or being in a label, never really interested me as much as being a producer.
Yeah.
So, I kind of took, that experience with a grain of salt, but I also learned a lot. And, like I said, my biggest takeaway from that experience was just, finding artists, finding producers, and, getting connected to these artists is not as hard as we think, bro, for real. Like,
Yeah.
so.
And
also,
sometimes just a simple, email or a DM.
A simple email, a simple DM, bro. Like, I would go through hundreds of producers through Instagram and send the same DM or send a DM or say like, yo, let's work. Genuine DM, not like, yo, let's work, that's it. I would literally say, yo, I love what you did on this album, on this song. I can tell that you really went hard. You really did what you really did your thing on it.
For sure.
And I would love to work on it. It would be a pleasure. If not, it's all good. I respect your grind. I literally gave y'all what I say to artists and what I say to everyone. Yeah. And they respect that. They can tell that you took the time and you're genuine. Yeah. And also, I mean that wholeheartedly. It's not like a script. Like I only hit up people that I genuinely like, that I genuinely want to work with. You know what I mean? So when I hit these artists up, I hit up hundreds of them, and sometimes I'll get responses, sometimes I won't. And when I do get responses, probably like 10 out of the 100. But those 10 out of the 100 is, very valuable to me, and I continue to lock in with them. Yeah. And so if you work with them as much as possible, eventually you're gonna get a song, eventually you're gonna get a record. You know what I mean? So that's really how I network, and networking is key in this industry, for real.
Definitely.
Networking is key. So
I mean, we talked about a little bit before, like when you were at the studio, having like genuine connections with people within the music industry,
right?
That you do work with. Like, you have an experience where maybe it just wasn't genuine. You feel like you kind of had to remove yourself, or not really?
A couple times, and it's not because they weren't genuine. I think it was just because they weren't putting as much work as I wanted them to, or they weren't, being as engaged. Or it would be the flip side. They'll be, a little bit too clingy, or they wouldn't want me to expect me to, send out everything they make with my stuff. Yeah. I only send out things that I genuinely want to send out, or genuinely I think it's like top quality. And because here's the deal, like connections is everything in this industry. I worked hard to get these connections. I worked hard to get these people, to listen to my beats or even give me the time of day. Yeah. So what I send has to be quality, has to be like industry standard, has to be, ready, to get placed, or, at least get shown to any artist. So if I'm not getting that top quality from someone, I'm not gonna send it out. So yes and no. I'm a very nice person, so like I try to give people leeway. I try to treat people, with courtesy, and try to tell them straight up. I'm very honest. If I don't like your beat, I'll probably tell you things that you need to improve on. Yeah. Because then again, I started where they were, you know what I mean, and I'm still where they are. You know what I mean. I'm not saying that I'm like Kanye West, bro. Like I'm still working. I'm still grinding, bro. Like I'm still hustling. You know what I mean. So, but I like, giving people that guidance. I love, giving people at least advice. They could take it with a grain of salt, or they can, really take heed on it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I always come across. Sometimes I come across people. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna work with you. You know what I mean? But the people that I do work with are always golden, always diamond. You know what I mean? They're always the best people ever. They always end up becoming my best friends. Yeah. This producer I used to work with, shout out Dover, shout out P, all my homies, producer homies. Bro, I've been working with them for years, literally years. And I got in touch with them through Instagram. I was in the collective called Malice Cartel, and a whole bunch of other producers. I know I'm leaving a bunch of y'all out, but I can't really name all y'all right now. But I was in a collective with them, and we were just working, through the Instagram. Yeah. And then eventually, I went to Berkeley. Dover, my homie, he was like, "Yo, you go to Berkeley?" I was like, "Yeah, I go to Berkeley." I was like, "What?"
That's fine.
And he lived down the street from me, so we met for the first time, like in his crib, and we just cranked out like 10 beats in his crib, and we would send them out to major artists. You know what I mean? And ever since then, we've been locked in, we've been tight, you know what I mean? I just had him, at my crib for a whole weekend. We were just locking in beats, working on beats and, developing sound. And those type of relationships I value so much, because without that relationship, I probably wouldn't have the sound I have now. I probably wouldn't have the ambition I have now. Yeah. So I kind of feed off of each other, off of other people. And this guy, he has crazy placements. And he has crazy songs, crazy connections. So I look up to people like him too. So connections is everything, and also, having the right homies, having the right people around you is everything. So.
Yeah. I mean, if we could speak back to, I guess, the whole interning thing, on a different note, you studied abroad.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, how was it managing being abroad and also producing? How was that grind like?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was my first time in Europe. I was planning it since my freshman year of college, because one of my homies did it. One of my best friends, he was like, yo, you gotta go to Spain, you gotta go to Valencia. And Berkeley offers this program where you can study abroad in Valencia, Spain for a semester. I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I planned it, I packed everything. I was in Spain for about 8 months.
That's fire, bro.
No, it was dope. It was so dope.
Sure.
It was the finest girls, like all that, you know what I mean? And I took the time to travel. I took the time to work on my music, develop my craft, but I also did a lot of academic stuff too, because again, it's school, you know what I mean? Like, I can't just disregard, my academics, but other than that, I took the time to really see the world, and that kind of matured me as a person also, seeing different cultures, being independent, I went to Paris Fashion Week, like my first week I was there, you know what I mean? Because I had a manager. I'm not gonna say any names, but I had a manager who was like, yo, can you get to Paris tomorrow? And I was like, what you mean? He's like, Warner's having this songwriting camp, and we want you to come, and we want you to pull up. So I was like, okay, bet, let's do it. Yeah. The next day I was in Paris, and that was a crazy moment, because I always wanted to go to Paris my whole life, especially Fashion Week. I'm a huge fashion guy.
I was gonna ask, how was the fashion down there?
Nah, the fashion is crazy. The fashion, I kind of was unprepared. I went to a fashion week party and I was wearing like some boo-boo, like Supreme, or like some crazy, like I wasn't up to par, but everyone was wearing like Rick Owens, like Vetements, like all that. Yeah. So, but it was crazy, and the art there and the architecture there is crazy. I went to the Louvre, all that. But that was a crazy moment. But, getting to the songwriting camp, I got connected to Rihanna's songwriter, Atake. He produced Turn Your Click Up. Dope guy, very dope guy. I met him in France, in Paris. Super dope guy. I spent most of my time there with this producer. Yeah. And Simon Said, shout out to him.
Shout out, Joe.
Really dope guy. Also showed me gave me advice on how to navigate the industry. And he was a dope resource. And we made a bunch of records. And we were in beautiful studios, and that was a crazy moment of that whole study abroad, because it gave me a chance to work with other creatives, and I worked with a lot of European artists too. Like, it was my first time working with I made a song with a Swedish rapper. He was like the #1 Swedish rapper, and was it Finland? I think it was actually Finland. My apology, it was Finland. His name was Asme, okay. And he only pops on like house beats. Never made a house beat at the time, so I was like, yo, what am I getting myself into? So I had to go through it, like I said, I had to go through his songs, I had to go through his Spotify. Sounded nothing like I made before, so yeah. It was a challenge going into the session, but we got it done. We made a dope song, super dope guy, and I got a chance to work with a lot of international artists. So that was Paris, and then I went to Italy. I went to Venice, Florence, Madrid, Barcelona, yep. Granada, all of that. So it was a really dope experience. It was my first time in Europe. And, being in Europe was also an interesting experience in terms of the people, in terms of a cultural aspect too. They look at black people differently, much differently, and I'm not going to get into detail on that right now. But there is some racist parts. You can guess, but there's some racist parts, especially in Italy, especially in Spain. But if you look past that, bro, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I've seen some of the most beautiful landscapes of my life in Europe. You know what I mean? Like, I was in Lido for like a couple days, and it literally looked like heaven on earth. Like, it was beautiful, bro. Like, so if you have any chance to go to, Europe or Spain or Italy, please do. You won't regret it, And also, what I did in Europe, I kind of didn't have plans, bro. I would look at a street. That street looks interesting, let's just walk. I never had plans. I didn't even have bread. Like, I was literally raw dogging Europe. Like I didn't have no plans at all, bro. Like, so that was the best way to travel. You know, I have no regrets. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fire. Speaking on, I guess, Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, you know, it's coming up real soon.
Yeah.
You plan on attending? I know school is, you know, might be.
I might pass on it right now, but I'm thinking about attending summer Fashion Week or like any events in the summer for Fashion Week. Okay. Because I got to focus on school.
Yeah.
It's my last semester of the year, my junior year. So, but I always would love to I would always love to attend Fashion Week, and also I have to get invited. Like a lot of these events are super exclusive, super sought after. But it was a great experience, and I'm glad I got to experience in Paris, in this, in a place where I always wanted to be at. So right now, I'm content with where I am. I'm content, whatever God has for me, He has for me. He'll open the door for me. He'll open it again. You know what I mean? But to answer your question, I would love to go to another summer Fashion Week, bro, for sure, bro. That's literally where that's my lane, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I do, too. Other than music, I only look at clothes. I'm on Sense, I'm on Grail, bro. It's crazy.
Those are literally 2 things. If I could give myself a quick shout out, February 9th, shout out to Jersey Creator Market. They invited me to a styling event out in Jersey City. So if you're going to be out there, you're going to catch me out there styling some people. I wasn't going to ask you wanted to pull up with school and stuff like that.
No, definitely. Give me the details. I would love to.
For sure, yeah. We talk more off camera.
For sure.
But, we talked about fashion. How did you really get into fashion though? Like, just happened from a young age, you just came out this fly as shit?
Low key, bro, it was just like, LeBron's, bro. When LeBron and like KD used to come out with like like basketball sneakers and the elite socks and like
that era.
Just trends, bro. Like this whole thing started off with just wanting LeBrons. Like I wanted the LeBron Soldier 7s, like when they came out.
Yeah.
And I pounded my dad to get them for me. And a whole bunch of other sneakers, Kobe's. I wanted Kobe 9s, the high tops, like.
I still want them to them.
I still want them, bro. Okay, and like even with clothes, like that didn't come later on until like late middle school, until I wanted like Preem, and I wanted like Bape and like Kith and all that. But it just came with following trends. But I feel like I wasn't truly into fashion until like freshman year, until I started trying to develop it. Freshman year of high school, until I started developing my style, being more experimental. And then I started getting into like brands like Rick Owens and Helmut Lang, and I was rocking. What was I rocking? I was rocking like I was rocking a bunch of Supreme, and I was rocking a bunch of Kith, but I would go into like stuff like Givenchy and Balenciaga. Like now I wear Balenciaga, Rick Owens, college like.
Keep the feet.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I love Rick. Like that's one of my favorite brands. So. Also, I love art, you know what I mean? So, a lot of people think Rick Owens is like, a little too avant-garde, a little too, out there, but I respect it for the art aspect. I'll go through like the runway shows and like look at the looks and be like, yo, that's crazy. Like, or like the big puffers that are like protruding like all over the place. Like, I'd be like, yo, what if I just went into class, like harmony class or like math class with this jacket? Like just crazy. Man. So, just being myself, bro, and just, expressing myself in a different way. Cause I can express myself in music, but when people look at me, I want them to also, learn a lot from me off of my outfits, or off of how I come across, or even how I talk, or how I treat people. You know what I mean? Because that all matters too. And also going back into the music industry, I learned firsthand that a lot of these executives and a lot of these artists and a lot of these producers only respect you when you're fly. Like I've seen, and as harsh as that sounds, bro, you don't gotta be wearing designer. You don't need designer at all. You don't need Rick, you don't need all that. You don't need none of that. You just gotta be put together, presentable. You know what I mean? You can't be coming into a studio session with dirty shoes, dirty pants, not looking, up to par. Because they're gonna treat you, as a groupie. They're gonna treat you as someone that, not of value, because they see those types of people all the time.
Do you have
and as harsh as that is.
of like coming in maybe just on some like chill, bummy kind of vibe, and you like kind of felt that vibe?
I don't have experience, but I had moments where I would come in with, cause I was always in, so I always dressed, you know, nice.
Yeah.
That's just how I was raised. But I had moments of like people would only come up to me and be like, "Yo, what shoes are you wearing?" I said Balenciaga, and before that moment, they were like, I was like, "Yo, can I get your Instagram?" I'm like, "Yo, like I'm a producer. They wouldn't give me the time of day."
Yeah.
But when they start looking at my outfit, they'd be like, "Yo, what you wearing? Balenciaga." "Oh, what you do?" "I'm a producer." "Oh yeah, let's link up. Let's do something." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so it'll be moments like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, it's crazy, but it's so true. And I hate it though. I hate it because most of the time it's such a judge a book by its cover type of thing.
Yeah, literally.
And I don't think it's that fair, but that's just how the game goes, especially in rap, especially with rappers dressing in designer things all the time, and designer clothes all the time, and it just becomes a norm. So, you know, they expect everyone to be in that same standard, in that same par, in that same lane.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I have seen people, you know, treat people differently because of what they're wearing.
Definitely.
So knowing that, I'm not gonna like come out unless I'm like comfortable with what I'm wearing or comfortable in some fly. You know what I mean? So, and you're crazy too. Like, what you talking about? Like, you got Bastas and a whole Reebok tracksuit, bro. Like, you fly, bro.
Yeah, I push comfort whenever I go for fits. Honestly, just like I like to be comfort. Like I'm into like, you know, Arc'teryx, like that. Mason Margiela.
I love Margiela.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
You know, got it.
Yeah, I feel like I value comfort over, I guess, looking the most fly these days. I feel like I'm a bit of an old head.
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes how I be dressing.
Yeah.
Comfort is definitely the way to go. I feel like.
And you know, me too, bro. Comfort is the way to go. But I don't know. I just found it depends on what you know see as comfort.
Yeah.
Like I see comfort as wearing, you know, jeans and boots and, you know, a t-shirt. And, you know, other people see comfort as, you know, wearing sweats or wearing a tracksuit or wearing, you know, but as long as you feel comfortable in what you're wearing, as long as you feel like you're comfortable and you know, you're expressing yourself in the best way possible and you look presentable, that's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. You don't gotta spend thousands of dollars on clothes. As long as you look fly, as long as you're expressing yourself and, you know, you're yourself, literally, you're yourself. Yeah. And you're presentable, bro, that's all that matters. Literally.
Definitely. So like, I guess what would you say is like your GOAT sneaker if you had to pick one? Like mine's personally, I always found myself really attracted to the Bugs Bunny 8s, even though I'm not really a Jordan guy no more.
Okay.
But Bugs Bunny 8s, I love those.
So sneaker, I love the Bugs Bunny 8s too, bro. Yeah, those are hard. And the 7s too, those are fly.
Oh, word.
Sneakers.
Or just shoe in general, if that's the big
Okay, I'm gonna do sneakers first, because I'm really different. So sneakers, it'll probably be Air Force One because those are the most versatile. I love those. Bro, those are Babestas, bro. You know what you mean. But yeah, but Air Force Ones, Babestas even. Like I love Babestas. The history of Babestas is crazy.
Yeah,
Pharrell and Nigo, like in the cut, and Billionaire Boys Club in New York, just showing like different colored Babestas and patent leather Babestas and like different materials and different colors. Like, fly, bro. And they used to have the oversized BBC ice cream jackets and like baggy jeans, like ice cream jeans. So I would say that silhouette is probably the best silhouette. Boots, like shoes, I'll probably say right now my favorite, I have a pair of Balenciaga like strike boots. They're called strike boots. And I wear those every single day. They go with everything. Or Tim's, bro. Like Tim's is a classic, bro. If you don't want to spend money on anything designer, bro, Tim's is the best shoe ever, bro, because it goes with everything, bro. It styles with everything, bro. And I know it kind of got super popular and kind of, you know, oversaturated now because of like TikTok and all that, but bro, like Tim's has a history since the 90s of like being that shoe, and if you don't have a pair of Tim's, you're not doing it right, bro. Like a pair of baggy jeans with some Tim's, or even just like some straight legs with some Tim's, bro, you're lit, bro, and they're comfortable if you wear them enough. You know what I mean?
Growing up in Syracuse, I mean, Tim's is definitely, I had about maybe 4 pairs of Timbs. I had different broccolis, butters, all of them.
All of them.
So it's like, yeah, I'm on board with the Timbs.
I want to get a pair of beef and broccolis though.
You know, those kind of frowned upon low key. Like, I feel like when I tell people I have beef and broccolis, it's like beef and broccolis.
Nah, beef and broccolis are fly, bro. They're fly. Or ACGs, bro. Remember ACGs?
Oh, no, that's diabolical. ACGs? The black ACGs?
Yeah, black ACGs, bro. But those were like the Tim version, not the Tim,
that was
the boot
Jersey
version.
shit, right?
That's obviously some Jersey shit. But like Jersey, New York, you know, that lane. But those are like the black Air Force One of like boots, bro. Like,
yeah.
But you know, I've seen people rock ACGs and make them fly. You know, you can wear anything and make it fly. You just gotta know how to wear it. You know, you can wear a pair of Skechers, and you know, depending on what jeans you wear with it, or what cut of jeans, or what outfit you got with them, it could be fly. You know what I mean? But Timbs, crazy. Timbs are crazy, and Air Force Ones.
One thing I want to ask, cause I just peeped, accessories. You know what I mean? I don't see any like, you know, rosaries, chains. How do you feel about accessories?
I love accessories. I wear a lot of bracelets.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I wear a lot of bracelets. I love bracelets. I don't really wear a lot of chains though. It's just because, you know, I come from a very, you know, restrictive background. Not restrictive, but you know, I like wearing chrome hearts, like the cross chains or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my parents were like, why are you wearing a cross? Like, because different crosses for different meanings.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that at the time. Like I had a chrome hearts chain. And my dad was like, you shouldn't be wearing that because there's different crosses for different types of religions or different type of backgrounds. So I was like, okay, word. So I've been kind of cautious with what I wear in terms of, you know, chains or in terms of all that.
You said my jacket,
nah, bro, that's fly. No, I respect it. No, I love cross chains too. No, that's one of my grails too, like a Chrome Hearts cross chain.
Word.
Anything chrome is like, but that's just recently I just haven't been wearing a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
But I just recently got a gold bracelet or like, you know, wear that or wear like a silver bracelet or, you know, sometimes I wear like a rosary. When I was in Spain I was wearing rosaries.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends on how I feel in the day, you know, during the, you know, at the time, you know what I mean? Or, you know, what type of outfit I'm wearing, you know. But when I get, you know, a little bit more money on, you know what I mean? I might get a little tennis chain, I might get a little diamond chain, you know.
Sure.
But I don't like big chains, bro. I don't like huge.
I like to keep it subtle.
Subtle, bro, like super subtle. Like, I don't even like chains that much. I don't like huge chains, like covering your whole chest piece, bro. It looks whack to me.
Yeah, rapper chains.
Rapper chains, I'm not doing that.
Ugly, don't really be shining too much.
Yeah, bro. Like, the most I would do is probably like a little tennis chain or like a little like, you know, cross diamond chain or something like that. That's look, you know, not too out there, you know, a little subtle.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see. But in terms of accessories, you know, it depends. I want to get a couple of wallet chains though.
Yeah.
Those are fly. I've seen that. I've seen
those.
that. Couple of wallet chains, you know, a little bit more bracelets, you know what I mean? But it depends. I wear a lot of glasses too. Like I wear glasses sometimes.
Okay. Like prescribed or just like?
Just fashion glasses. Like I have some chrome glasses I wear.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, a very dope glasses brand, Gentle Monster.
Mm-hmm.
I got it from one of my homies. And I got a pair and I wear those all the time, you know what I mean? Or, you know, it depends on how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, all this is really expressive, you know.
Definitely.
So
like, I guess, to wrap things up, last question. Who was your favorite fashion person within, I guess, sports? And who was your favorite fashion person within music?
Favorite fashion person in sports?
Yeah. Like,
Shay.
You just like the way Shay?
Shay.
Shay, yeah.
Shay right now. I just saw a post with Tyler Hero. He had the craziest outfits that I was like,
he had a stylist.
CJ. CJ.
I've seen that dude a couple times.
Shout out CJ, bro. Like CJ is doing this thing with stylists. You know, being a stylist. You know, I saw his post of like Tyler Hero wearing his outfits, bro. Crazy outfits. He had the baggy Balenci jeans, like crazy, like Air Force Ones. I think he had a pair of like. I wasn't sure if he was wearing like Air Force Ones. I think he was wearing like Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. I'm not too sure, but he had that type of silhouette, and I was like, yo, it's hard, bro. It's crazy. Game over. In music, I have a couple. Yachty has been doing a lot with fashion.
Yeah.
Tyler. Historical wise, Pharrell, Ye.
Tyler the Creator.
Tyler Creator, yeah.
Okay.
Tyler Creator. If you like sophisticated style, you know, he wears a lot of Lacoste, like old Gucci and stuff like that. He had a collab with Louis Vuitton that was crazy. So I like that type of style, like more cleaned up, preppy style sometimes. Or if I want to be more, you know, out there, I mean, Lil Yachty is like super dope. Or like Cardi too, like. I hate that opium though. I hate that opium like word, bro. I hate it bro, so much. But I wear all black. And you said it's not a jab at you, but I hate that. When people wear it like, oh, you wearing Rick, that's opium. That's so opium. I'm like, bro, I look at them so crazy, bro. I'm like, bro, you sound like, yo. But other than that, Cardi has a really dope style. So, you know, those are like my picks. But Shay he's killing it in the sports game with fashion. But he's honestly my top inspiration with fashion, bro.
Word.
Yeah,
that's why he do be dressing.
Crazy.
I would say D-Book. I don't know if you see
crazy
stuff, but like it's like calm. It's kind of like kind of how I dress. It's like calm, but it's like a little bit of swag. So
yeah, bro. Yeah. Or even Kyrie, bro. Kyrie be having some fits, bro.
Yeah, shout out Jersey legend Kyrie.
Yeah, bro. Kyrie's a Jersey legend for sure. Kyrie. You know who else I would, you know, who's dope with fashion? Kai Sina.
Oh,
outside sports, like I saw his posts in Paris, like his fits are like super dope. Wear a lot of Bottega, a lot of Margiela and stuff like that. And watch game is crazy too. Like he had a Cartier crash.
That's one thing I want to kind of get into. Watch
once I start, I might be wearing a lot of watches. Once I start, you know, checks coming in. You know, I might start getting, you know, a little watch. You know, not iced out. I might keep a factory. You know, I'm very plain, bro. Like, I'm super plain when it comes to accessories, bro. Like, I'll get like a Rolly day, you know, just two-tone, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So,
Alright, so I think this wraps up the episode. Do you have any parting words, any like songs you want to recommend to the audience?
Nah, but you can follow me on XoDavy on Instagram.
Put it in the bio as well.
Definitely tap in. If you need beats, hit me up. Any artists, hit me up. Just want to work, bro. If you have dope music, you want to show me, hit me up. Just want to, you know, connect with all of Jersey. You know what I mean? Just be on the lookout for some new music on the way, produced by me.
Yes, sir.
And you know, this is work, bro. Just want to keep on working, keep grinding. You know, if you have any second thoughts of, you know, doing what you're doing, keep doing it, bro. Don't let the enemy, you know, get in your mind of self-doubt, any of that. Just keep working, keep, you know, staying true to yourself. You know what I mean? You know, people spend a lot of time, you know, doubting themselves, and it kind of detours them for what they want to do. You know what I mean? So just keep working. Just keep working.
It's literally just doing it. Like, you damn near halfway there. You know what I mean? It's just about starting and then just
starting. Yeah, consistency, bro. Especially in music, bro. This is a marathon, not a race, like not a sprint. You know what I mean? So it really, you know, it really depends on, you know, being the last man standing. You know, just keep working. You know, and sooner or later you're gonna stick. You know what I mean? Something's gonna happen. You know, so just keep working on yourself, keep working on your sound, and you know, God bless.
Sir. Great episode.
Yo, thank you for inviting me.
Set up the Boston trip too, for sure.
Yo, please do. Let's kick it. And my man behind the camera, yo, great meeting you, my brother. Appreciate it. And yo, thank you for the invite, bro. Thank you for the invite. This was dope, man. So
it's been TalkToMePodcast, and we out.
Yo, much love.